Hello, and welcome to the 243rd edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert, where we're having another very good beer. Today, from Kentucky, we're going to be having the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter. That sounds like so many flavors that I'm not even going to know what to do with all of it. But let's go ahead and get it open. Now, I'm not going to tell you a story. I have had this beer before, so it's not my first time, but there are so many flavors in this beer. It's quite delightful. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it into this beautiful Naughty Monk. Keep calm and naughty on glass for the holidays. And we'll go ahead and pour this here. We're going to pour it a little bit heavy here so we can get the smells on this, because there's so many interesting smells in this beer. I want to make sure we capture all of them in the smell and then the flavor also, okay? So as you see, we got a beautiful brownish to black color, off-white head that does lace a little bit when you turn it around, so that's nice, good quality. And let's smell it. Now this beer rates a 88 out of 100, which makes it a very good beer. Clocks it at 8.2% alcohol by volume, so it's more of a sipper. Although you could probably drink a few of these and be all right. But it is a sipper. And you probably wouldn't want to drink too many of these because it is a little bit more of a dessert beer, to be honest, and something you sit around and drink a bunch of. Although, drinking a couple of them wouldn't hurt you. This is an imperial porter, so when you smell it, you're definitely right off the bat, boom, peppermint, okay? But when you dig through that smell, you're gonna get a chocolate and you're gonna get a slight presence of bourbon. The bourbon, I think, comes through a little bit more on the taste than the smell. Because in the smell, it's chocolate, peppermint, and light bourbon. You do smell a little bit, but not, it's definitely not the star of the smell. But I think it adds to the complexity of the beer. Because if it was just the peppermint and the chocolate, it might be overly sweet. It still does kind of taste, and we'll talk about this, what you get in the taste, but it tastes like something that you may have had before. So let's waste no time and let's dig into this chocolatey, minty bourbon deliciousness, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Oh. It's just as delicious as the last time I had it, which was just recently. And it's really a nice beer. I don't think myself as somebody who likes these sweet beers, okay? So when I say I like it, it's different. It's something that I could have after a meal that would be a great after dinner beer. Or like around a campfire, if I'm just sitting around drinking after a campfire, because it's 8.2% ABV, so it's not like it's a non-boozy beer. It's got a certain amount of booziness to it. So around a campfire, this would be a beautiful beer. And I'm hoping, if I'm really good, that I do get a new fire pit for the holidays. That's what my hope is. So I can drink more beers by the open fire. But anyway, this is just beautiful the way they did it. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's higher in octane, so it's an imperial, so it's got a certain amount of booze flavor to it. But at the same time, it tastes like a Girl Scout cookie that you took and dipped in bourbon. So if you can imagine that, if you took a Girl Scout, like a Thin Mint cookie, dipped it in some bourbon, it's kind of what you got here. Actually a little bit more malty. I'm not going to say it tastes just like a Girl Scout cookie, but there's some definitely distinctive characteristics that would make me think Thin Mint. First of all, it's got the chocolatey flavor, very good chocolatey flavor. It's got a very good mint, not overly mint to where it drowns out the other flavors. So you're still getting the chocolate and the mint together. And then you get that bourbon flavor, which, like my wife, who doesn't even drink bourbon, she can't really distinguish the bourbon in this beer. I think maybe because I like bourbon a lot better, it stands out a little bit to me. But I definitely get the bourbon flavor in here. So overall, absolutely delicious, perfect for the holidays, perfect for sitting around a fire, perfect for an after dinner beer. Anything that you would want to do during the holidays while this is available, grab yourself some Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter and enjoy, because it really is a nice holiday beer. And I'm very excited I picked it up, because I kind of picked it up on a whim just to do a beer issues on it at first. And then I went back and I still hadn't had one. And I said, well, the holidays are coming up. We might want some more holiday beers. This sounds like it would be a good holiday beer. So I got a few more of them. I ended up with another 4-pack. But well worth it. I mean, I think the 4-packs of this beer were like 13 or something like that. But for a high octane beer, that's probably what you're going to pay for the most part. And I think you'll really enjoy it, especially sitting around a campfire on a cooler winter evening. Now I live in Florida, so we don't get too many cooler winter evenings. Although I guess we got a cold front that is coming in. So I guess tonight it'll be a little bit cooler, but our cooler compared to other people's cooler is a lot different. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having talking about great beers and drinking great beers. Make sure you, if you want any cool Beer Issues gear, go to beer shop. I can't speak today. Shop.beerissues.com is what I was trying to say. I was just saying it all backwards. So shop.beerissues.com to get all your cool gear. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.